going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. It is Monday. It's episode 202. I am Mr. Cincinnati, and as always, I am joined by the podcast dad himself. Choops, what is going on, man? It feels like a month full of Sundays since I've seen you.
Yeah, it's been, I have the entire week off because I'm prepping for SummerSlam. So it's been a good day. Took a nap. Feel fantastic. I'm ready to go, man.
We got a few people in the house that are also excited to go. Gorilla Press Apparel, it is SummerSlam week. Cannot wait to link up with you. Rumor has it he's got a couple of goodies for us, so cannot wait to check those out.
Oh, man.
Mr. OTM.
Wow.
Mr. OTM is in the house. Who's hyped for SummerSlam? Good to see you, as always, in the chats, my friend. Make sure to check out the On The Mark podcast. They will be live tomorrow night instead of their usual Thursday time. Because at Thursday at 7 o'clock, we are going to be at Absolute Intense Wrestling, their SummerSlam weekend show, kicking it off, our first one in person. And tomorrow, here to tell us all about that show will be the voice of AIW, Dustin Alberti. But before we get into our guests tonight, make sure to hit that QR code in the top left corner. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Chris, hit him with that magic number.
It's, you can see my finger. It's 1.
Yeah.
It's 1.
Yeah.
Just
Seriously.
tell one person. I mean, we're a tag team, but you can only tell one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you know one person that would enjoy our show, please do us a favor and share it with them. Our goal is 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we need your help to do it. Right now, we are at 308. I'll take those numbers. We certainly got some work ahead of us, but if there's one thing the Wrestling Junkies like, it's a bit of a challenge. Is that fair to say?
Sure. I have twins. Of course I like challenges. Come on. This isn't a challenge. This is fun. So your challenge and my definition of challenge is a lot different. The challenge is to get the 1K. Come on. We're gonna get there. The challenge is getting the kids to bed.
Anyway, 1,000 subs by the end of the year. We absolutely need your help to do it. Chris, what's one thing that you're looking forward to about SummerSlam this weekend?
This entire weekend.
Yes.
The merch. But
if
I want to pregame that merch, where do I go?
If you want to pregame that merch, hit that new QR code in the top left corner for our WWE Shop affiliate link. You need this brand new John Cena Farewell Tour t-shirt? They got you. You need a Wyatt 6 t-shirt? They got you. Make sure to use our code. Everything that we earn, we reinvest into the world of independent wrestling. So all of the incredible things that you see the Wrestling Junkies doing, this is how we are able to help people to continue to support their dreams, their goals, and make independent wrestling better for everybody, because that's how everybody wins. Speaking of independent wrestling, shout out to ETU. Summer Madness 2 is in the books from the Mecca, Richfield Park, New Jersey. If you did not get a chance to check out this show, I just kind of feel bad for you. Yeah.
That venue's awesome.
Always is. And they had some incredible talents.
Of course. Yeah, that was the first time I've seen that venue on TV, and that looks like a lot of fun. I think the Junkies will eventually have to get there.
Well, I got a little something in the works here that might give us a reason to go, but we'll hold on to that one for now.
Of course.
In addition to ETU's Summer Madness, make sure that on September 7th you are checking out Battle for Sale Creek, presented by SCI. This is to benefit Sale Creek Middle School, an incredible card shaping up. Sensei Aaron Wade in a dog collar match with Mad Dog Connolly. Thoughts and prayers. Once again, sponsored by the Wrestling Junkies Podcast, and I'm sure we'll be streaming live on Independent Wrestling TV. And one last announcement before we get to our guests tonight. CEW, Coastal Empire Wrestling Fire Hazard, is in the books. We will be having some guests on this upcoming Wednesday, I believe it is. The tag team titles advertised. The Probable Cause will be taking on Exotic Youth for those tag team championships. The champions will be on our show this Wednesday, but they are not Probable Cause or Exotic Youth, actually. Chip Schuyler, Simon Sermon returned to CEW last weekend and walk out with the tag team titles. We don't know how this happened. We have so many questions, so they will be here this Wednesday to answer every single one of them.
It happened.
We're
going to find out how.
It did. It's a real. That's a real Hollywood Terry situation, isn't it?
Wow, good for you. So I thought you were gonna break. Good for you.
You really thought? Yeah.
So I did. I definitely thought you were gonna slip. I definitely thought you were gonna slip. Good job on you.
Give me a little credit, all right, please.
None.
Fine.
Because you're the one that always breaks it, and you always say we have hats.
Oh yeah, that's right. Wear my manners. Support our merch store too. We got these mugs, t-shirts, tank tops, and beanies. Hats we'll work on. I just don't like the hats on that particular site. The selection isn't great. I want a quality.
Amazing shirt that I just got. Look at that.
Support independent wrestling. You can also get that shirt at our merch store as well. And are we finally ready to introduce our guest right now, bud?
I'm always ready.
I like it. Good. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Well, fresh off of their incredible victory at PCW's Tag Team Classic Tournament, we are thrilled to welcome the dynamic duo known as the Hollywood Connection, ERC and Hollywood Hunter James. These two have been making waves in the tag team wrestling world, and they're here to flaunt their success and share their journey with us. Plus, Hunter had some bold words for the reigning PCW champion, Najasism, so I'm going to get a very nasty DM in about an hour.
I'm not saying anything about that.
But what the hell? Let's go ahead and bring them in. ERC, Hunter James. Gentlemen, how we doing? Welcome back to Wrestling Junkies.
How you doing, guys?
How's it going, guys?
I mean,
it was going well.
Guys.
It was going well until I heard that thing about Najasism. Now he's going to yell at us.
Yeah, he's going to yell at everybody. That's what he does.
Yeah, I mean, come on. He always yells at us.
I know, but it's been a while. We thought we were on the good side.
Well, I'm never going to be on Najasism's good side, so I've already kind of bit the bullet there, and I'm going after a championship now.
Well, gentlemen, before we get there, let's rewind it back to last Friday. Impressive tournament. How did it feel to win? Taking home those trophies. Just take us through that reflection 3 days later.
Go ahead, E.
Well, shoot, for me, it was an honor, man. Teaming with Hunter, going through some of the best tag teams in wrestling, especially that Platinum has to offer. It was a real honor, man. I enjoyed it. I'd do it again.
I would definitely do it again, especially looking back at a year ago when me and ERC didn't see eye to eye at all. It was match after match after match, and it was the opposites and mindsets that really made us clash, but it was the opposites and mindsets that made us such a good tag team, and not being so one-dimensional and having to over-communicate because we're not a tag team realistically. We're two singles competitors that was brought together because, 1, we hate Najasism, 2, we hate ENT, and 3, we like winning.
And this is what you get when worlds collide.
When worlds collide, exactly. And you have such a striker like ERC who has picked up his technical game because of matches with me, and same goes for me where I had to pick up my striking game and keep using my technical athleticism. We came together and we made the best of both worlds, and now we have trophies that I just dropped off at the shop before heading to the PCW arena.
So you talk about being two singles competitors being paired up. How hard is that? How difficult was it? And now that you guys have clicked and won these trophies, we're going to see this team moving forward?
I have no doubt in the future you'll definitely see some tag team action from both of us. I wouldn't say the single. You know what? I've had my shot at Naja. I'm not really worried about that. I'm going to leave that up to Hunter James. Right now, I'm just going to kick back at PCW and have some fun.
100% you're going to see ERC and me tag again, because when we had those 4 or 5 matches last year and we're beating the hell out of each other, there was a respect there. And I know everybody goes, I respect you, I respect you, I respect you, but it's more than just a professional respect for one another. There's an actual personal respect within one another where we've helped each other out in personal situations and professional situations in every way, shape, and form. So now that we've bonded, so to speak, we've got each other's back. And
100%.
I didn't step in his way when he took his shot at Najasism, and now he's letting me take my shot and trying to get the championships, back to where they can be a respectable level, just like we did with those trophies. Because last year we had a non-respectable team win it, and this year we have a respectable team that the fans respect and they want to see more of with the Hollywood Connection.
100%.
Nice. So who asked who to team up for this tournament?
Honestly, I think it was just a no-brainer.
Yeah, straight up forward.
I know when
PCW needed this tag team to happen.
Okay.
I think the wrestling world's in. I think it just proves, because we see so much in the real world where two people come from two different backgrounds and have two different styles of thinking, and it causes so much chaos. When realistically, friends can disagree and not have to be like, you know what, the hell with you, the hell with you. No, we can disagree. That's what makes us people. Facts. And I'm not trying to go on a rant on how to make the world more positive, but that's real life. And it worked.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
It worked. We won freaking trophies. The fans love us, and we have almost nothing in common except for we like winning.
That's it.
I drive a Jeep and have a golden doodle and like to pick up a blonde every night. Hey. ERC, I don't know what ERC does. When ERC does ERC things.
They're starting to sound like us now.
Yeah.
Y'all got a successful podcast. Point proven.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Let's talk about that fan reaction. Before I break my computer. Let's talk about this fan reaction a little bit. You just mentioned it. The fans went crazy. How does that feel? And does that kind of bring you that justification of, hey, we just did this?
Defy the odds.
Man, for me it was different. I enjoyed it.
It's one of those things. Go ahead, E.
Oh, just to have the fans react the way in that, positive reaction, that was good for me.
Especially with someone who, controversial, I guess, can be said about me. Some places love me, some places hate me. I'm the same person regardless, and PCW was the place where they did hate me, especially against ERC for the longest time. And there was one night that I rolled back in the ring and they're chanting Hollywood ERC, Hollywood ERC. So it was just one of those times where it's like, what just happened? Yeah. I'm like, now when I come to PCW, when we come to Conyers, it's one of those cases of I feed off that energy. I feed off of the electric atmosphere that Conyers has created and that Covington had. And now to hold something, I've got 2 accolades under my belt and I'm only 1 away from being a Grand Slam champion. And now the fans are not holding me back because they dislike me. They're pushing me forward because they're behind me.
Well said.
Makes sense. Yeah, no, I like it. So Hunter, we gotta talk about the obvious, the post-match reaction. Would you not do that little, all right, fine. I will take the heat pocket. Okay.
He left.
That's all right. That's fine. That's fine. But as you celebrated the win, Hunter, you called your shot. You're setting your sight on Najasism for that PCW World Championship. What prompted this challenge?
So, well, you know what? I have to go back on something I said. I said I never stepped in ERC's way. But the last time I was in Covington, I had one more night on an opportunity that Brian Blaze gave me. 6 months previous, he gave me a number 1 contenders match if I put one of my different companies' championships on the line against ERC. So he gave me that opportunity, and I had the paper in my hand, and I noticed that was my last night, and I stepped in, and that's when Naja brings out a taser and tases ERC, has me zip-tied to the post so I can't do anything. And not just help a friend, but I couldn't capture a championship. I couldn't win, lose. I couldn't do anything. I was helpless. So from that moment forward, it was set to Najasism. Because I remember when the greatest, the baddest, the best actually meant something rather than just going out and being a drama queen and dancing all around and acting like something he's never been before. I don't know what the midlife crisis is, but when you come to a wrestling show, you like that one, the midlife crisis. It's real, isn't it? I mean, you're there. It's a real thing. I mean, he goes to all the shows now just hip swiveling like he's Rick Rude, even though we all know I have the most dangerous hips in wrestling. We come down to Conyers, and he keeps running his mouth. But when's the last time he's openly said he's the greatest, the baddest, the best, and actually proved that? Because it used to be that. It doesn't happen. So now I've set my sights. As soon as I walked into the new building in Conyers, that's where it was. And I took out Nate Mansions of ENT. And then we just did this tag team tournament where I pinned Najasism. We demasked him as the Warhorse. And I have a pinfall victory over the champion. And then we beat his 2 bodyguards in the finals with my back. Realistically, ERC.
If you call them bodyguards.
Yeah, right. Yeah, whatever you want to call them. Whatever, you know. I don't even have it. I can't even think of anything to.
Hoochie kids.
Hoochie kids. You know what? That's all. Yeah, we'll call DJ and Nate and the twins that. They're the hoochie kids.
The hoochie kids.
The hoochie bitches.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I said it. What'd you say? Damn right I said it. But Najasism has pulled every trick in his hat. And the thing about it is I've pulled that trick before Najasism did. I've been surrounded by people and kept championships. I've been by myself and kept championships. I've pulled every foreign object out of my boot, and I've taken every shortcut that there is. I know how he's thinking. And there's no doubt in my mind that at 21 years old, I'm going to capture the Platinum Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. I am going to become a Grand Slam champion. And the greatest, the baddest, the best is going to all hail to Hollywood.
Damn, I want to see this match now. I mean, if you got a pinfall victory over the PCW World Champion,
calling your shot. Not mad at it. Not mad at it.
Yeah, you're still gonna, hide and blame this on me, aren't you, Chris?
Yep.
I'll take the blame. Tell him it was me. I'm the one calling him out.
No. Hey,
definitely.
That's okay. That's all right. I want to hear ERC talk a little bit more about Najasism too. There's some history there.
Yeah.
Man, when Najasism first came back, I was the dude who Najasism couldn't touch. I had to make him find what was the best, the greatest, and whatever have you. Since my time of dealing with this person, hey, cut this. Let's be real. I love little bro, but he ain't right. You got 4 other little grown men, whatever you want to call them, calling you daddy. That ain't right. Like I said, I'm going to fall back. I'm going to let Hunter James handle his business, but not
talk. No, you know him better than I do.
Oh, very well. But see, it needs to be settled, not in no ordinary match. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We need to take the ropes off there and throw a cage up.
Oh.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
it ain't about the belt no more with Nada to me.
Well, especially since I am at the PCW building just to talk to Brian about this opportunity. I think that's something that needs to be put on a piece of paper with some dotted lines with a signature across that.
Okay. Well, if that comes to fruition, Hunter, you've been on the show before. You know how it works. You're obviously welcome back anytime. So, Naja, you're hearing it from your potential challenger here. If you have something to say, you're certainly welcome to return to the Wrestling Junkies and have a conversation with all of us. Don't give me that look.
He's going to talk regardless.
To be fair, you should give him an hour ahead.
I'm surprised y'all phone ain't ringing right now, to be honest with y'all. I'm surprised y'all phone ain't being blowed up.
No, give it time.
He's not watching live. Come on.
No.
He doesn't do that.
He'll catch the replay.
No. Because supporting something's not important to him because it's not about himself.
If you hear that man's name, if that man's name is flirted, he's quick to react. The whole world revolves around Nada.
I feel like the social media guy will tag him for sure.
I'll tag him. I want to know exactly what he's getting into.
Yeah, Hunter's going to clip this, and this is going to be
This isn't the first time me and him cross paths. It's not going to be the last time. But this time is the most important time.
Sure. Hey, makes sense for sure. Gentlemen, as we come to the end of our time here, what's next for the Hollywood Connection? Either as a tag team, individually, tell everybody what you have coming up, where they can go support you.
Go ahead,
This Saturday I'm gonna be at Kraken. That's in Tifton, Georgia.
Shout out to Kraken.
Other than that, man, like I said, the PCW, CCDL, Anarchy. I'm just gonna be having fun and enjoying my experience and just getting myself out there more.
And for me, this weekend, it's a light weekend. I'm at Squared Circle Action Wrestling in Royston, Georgia. Saturday night, I am going to go enjoy myself and let Southern Fried Championship Wrestling and Javier Reyes do whatever he's going to do, because I don't like him either. I don't know who I like less, Naja or him. Yeah. But then keep up on social media. I am at where y'all were just talking about, Coastal Empire Wrestling, where I just defeated Damian Tangra. All right.
I think we called that one.
Yeah, Podcast Dad. I think you said Tangra, didn't you?
I might have.
I didn't say that. Don't say that. I didn't. That was Mr.
I might have gone Tangra there. I might have gone
exactly. Tangra. I believe in you.
It's nothing personal. You know what?
Nothing personal. It's always personal.
No, it's not personal.
It's
you know what?
You know what? As an impartial judge.
Bullshit, you're impartial. You know what? Okay.
I'm just saying.
But ProWrestlingTees.com, you can go get Hollywood Hunter James merch at all times. Social media, it is Hollywood_HJ on all social media platforms. And except for TikTok, because it's She Loves Hunter James, because we all know she loves Hunter James. And just keep up with everything. Share my posts. Make it out to shows. Come see me. Take a picture. Make a moment. Because Hollywood has arrived.
ERC, where can we find you on social?
ERC Wrestling, Instagram, ERC, Facebook, TikTok, ERC Wrestling.
Perfect. Hell yeah. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations again. Can't wait to have you both back on. Can't wait to see what you guys do next. And Hunter, if he wants to be that forum to say Naj's name, and hopefully he appears, as Mr. OTM has so eloquently pointed out in the comments here.
He's not as cool as Joe Hendry.
It's fine. You can come back on and Eric will pick against you again. It's fine.
Shut the
I'm not living that one down, buddy.
Apparently not.
I don't know. See, okay. I don't know which one I have more beef with, is the fact that you're defending Najasism and you picked Tangra.
Maybe you should come back on and we can talk about it.
I'll see you tomorrow night. All right, bucket pal.
Gentlemen, great to see you both as always.
Evening,
yeah, no, likewise. Take care. We'll be seeing y'all soon. All right.
Yes, sir.
Really? You had to do that?
He brought it up. I didn't. So to be fair, I just stoked the flames. I didn't start the fire.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. My goodness.
You love me.
I knew I loved you.
Yeah. Buddy. It's SummerSlam week, like we said at the top of the show.
There's one thing I want to talk about real quick before we get into SummerSlam.
We can talk about as much or as little as you want.
It's AEW related.
Okay.
Have you watched Collision?
Not yet. No, I did not get a chance to yet today.
The new setup for Collision is great. I don't know if you've seen the stage and how they're setting up the arenas now, but they're running smaller venues. It looks so much better.
Okay.
Oh my God, dude! It's like I watched on Saturday. I know, and it was night and day what they've been presenting. It looks so much better. I can't believe how much better it looks.
Yeah, and Kyle says it here. Gave him some TNA vibes, which is, I mean, that's really cool. High praise. I mean,
yeah, if you can think of like the early, like pay-per-view kind of TNA days, that's exactly what it looks like. And it feels a little bit more intimate. And I mean, they're obviously not selling out these big buildings, and I think it's good that they have made this adjustment, and especially for like a Collision where it's not going to happen, right? I think we've determined that it's not going to happen. Dynamite's a different story. I think they're going to try to continue to run those bigger venues and see what they can do. But, dude, the Collision setup, I'm going to praise Tony Khan because it looks like either that or somebody told him, hey, we have to fix this because it looks like shit on TV. So I'm happy that this is fixed. Like, the lights are brighter. The everything just looks so much better. And I think that's going to be kind of what they need to do to continue to evolve as a company, is to adjust when you need to adjust.
And you really can't underestimate the power of, and I'm not even going to say small venues, but intimate venues. I mean, think about where we were a few weeks ago down at the TWE building in Chattanooga. The way that place is set up, I mean, that energy when you're in when you're in an intimate space where you don't have to worry about, what's going to look good on camera and whether seats are full or anything like that. Just focus on making that environment look as raucous as possible. And that impression is going to, bleed into what people perceive of that show, especially on a Saturday night when you're in a prime time slot. Like, it's, Saturday nights are tough. Like, they just are. And it's only going to get harder now that now that fantasy football and football season, college football are around the corner. These are the changes that are certainly going to help, at least from an aesthetic standpoint, to show, hey, we've got this rabid, passionate fan base. This place is filled to the rafters. Who gives a shit how big the rafters are?
Do you think it was a decision by AEW now knowing that Turner is not getting the NBA? Like, do you think that was like, okay, we need to step up our presentation because that check might have just gotten a little bit bigger? Because it's been the last 2 weeks, and that's when we kind of found out that the NBA was going away.
Yeah, I'll say maybe there.
Okay.
Just because it's easy to, just based on the timeline of things that we've seen, to come to that assumption. But I mean, you never really know realistically, what Tony Khan is thinking when it comes to things like that. And he's super mum on the state of the negotiations, and which is his right. I mean, because realistically, does that new TV contract impact our ability to enjoy AEW in the grand scheme of things? Yeah.
No, I just don't know if it was hey, we need to get a little bit more aesthetically pleasing moving forward. So, because
they would be the only, like, quote unquote, sports entity on their show. Is that correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, maybe.
Like that. Them losing the NBA is big because they're gonna have to fill some time.
That is, and it's a lot of time to fill too.
It's a lot of time, and I think AEW is probably going to start filling that time a little bit more, depending on what exactly Turner's going to want from them, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing.
Yeah. Easiest way to do that. I mean, at this point, 2 suggestions I have. 1, spin off Battle of the Belts into a 2-hour show instead of the 1 hour. I like Battle of the Belts. That's just me. It gives me that old
They could do it
WCW.
like a... Yes, that's what I was going to say. They could do it like a Clash of Champions.
Yeah.
Like just do a monthly special or a quarterly special or whatever it is.
Yeah, and Kyle, shows made for Punk. Makes sense to transition to a smaller audience now that he isn't there. I mean, absolutely. It's... I agree with that 1,000%. I think the other thing that should also be considered, move Ring of Honor to TV.
No, my God,
it's. I mean, I still have to watch all of Death Before Dishonor, but from what I saw of just Layla Hirsch and Diamante alone in that damn death match, like, not even just that, but Athena still continues to be probably the best overall wrestler that they have in that women's division across both brands. That's my opinion. You don't have to agree with it, but the consistency with which she has, done, what she's done with that title, everything that she's done with Billy Starks and that the Minion Society and the ups and downs that we're getting out of that story, when I think realistically a lot of us thought Billy was going to walk out with that women's title back in December, and they still found ways to prolong that story. Ring of Honor is pretty awesome. It's just you can reach a larger audience if you're on, TNT or TBS, and now that TNT certainly has some time to fill. It's got to be cheaper to produce wrestling than it is, the other genres of shows like Snowpiercer and things like that you see that have those multi-million-dollar budgets for one season.
I think you have to, right? I think if you're AEW, like, you have to branch out Ring of Honor because the subscription thing just isn't working. So, and you're putting on, like you said, I saw highlights and it looked like a great show, but again, I'm not paying a monthly subscription for that unless it's IWTV, where I get how many other companies. So, like I'm not paying for just Ring of Honor, especially when is the library on there either? I don't think the full library is on there either. So it's not like
majority of the library is on there as somebody that does pay for Honor Club.
I don't know. That seems in my subscription world, right? Because believe it or not, the Wrestling Junkies watch other things from time to time. Like it's not very high up on my IWTV is one I'd happily pay for over Honor Club because I get way more variety in what I'm getting.
So, okay, for our audience, humor me. Name one show that you're watching that is not pro wrestling right now.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Great show. You're welcome.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I love it. All right.
Yeah, one of the. Oh God, pour a little out for old Andre Braugher for sure. I'm burning through Hell's Kitchen right now.
Oh, we did that. It's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
I love Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, we did that when the kids were first born. It's good stuff to fall asleep to too.
Facts.
But let's. I just wanted to touch on that because that caught my eye this weekend, and that was something that I think there are times where we are very WWE. I do need to watch the last season of that one. No, you need to watch the whole thing. I need to catch up because I haven't seen this last season. But yes, The Boys is on my list.
That might be a watch with MJB.
You should. It's The Boys is amazing, but it's something that caught my eye, and I feel like sometimes we're pretty negative on AEW, and I just wanted to heap praise on AEW when they deserve it, and I feel like they did something we asked a long time ago: make a change because what you're doing isn't working, and they did. So
I'm optimistic that this is a step in the right direction. If you can be receptive to a change like that, then it opens up all kinds of possibilities.
All right, what did you want to talk about SummerSlam weekend, buddy?
It's tonight's the go home Monday Night Raw. We've got a few things in the works here. It is. For the first time ever, the Ring General, the King General, will be taking on Finn Balor. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You know they're going to get time to cook.
All right, go on.
Let's see. Seth Rollins will be delivering instructions to Drew McIntyre and CM Punk since he will be the special guest referee.
That might be one of the segments of the year, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, you remember the last time those three were interacting together, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
We may have
biggest difference is all of them are healthy. Or at least they're all cleared. So
they're all cleared.
Yeah. So we got that 6-woman tag match. Lyra Valkyria, Kaden Carter, Katana Chance taking on Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler.
Do they have a name yet, or have we not? Have I just not heard it?
They have not been given a name yet. No.
Okay. Okay. I just didn't know.
It would be good if they did have a name. That's for sure. I mean, I think that when it comes to the women's division and forming groups or multi-person units outside of the singles division, usually it's just single stars that are kind of put together. We've seen our Damage Controls. We've seen KC Squared because they've been a tag team basically forever. But these three, if you really want them to make an impact, they need a name. They need that cohesiveness that kind of just says, no, we're just not this collective. We're not any sort of stable where Sonya is kind of the ringleader here, where I'm managing this tag team, so to speak. So
I think, like you said, just a little bit more cohesion with that group too. Just like, let's give them a name. I don't know what that name is. I'm not on creative, but don't do anything stupid.
Yeah, seriously.
Just don't do anything stupid.
Yeah, the internet's already done enough of that when these three got together. So
yes, we're not going to talk about that because we're positive.
Yeah. No, we're not. We've also got Karrion Kross taking on Xavier Woods. He getting tired of this feud yet?
No, it's a TV feud. It's a TV feud and something people are doing. Like, I'm not going to get mad when we ask for fresh feuds and they give us one, that if I don't like the feud. But, like, this is a TV feud. It's literally filling time. We have our big programs. This is a feud that will never get on pay-per-view, and that's fine. Sure. Like, this has gotten a lot of hate online, and I don't know why. Like, you have guys doing stuff when you bitch and moan that WWE doesn't use the talent that they have. They're trying something. They're doing something with these two groups. Just let them do it. It's a TV feud. Who the hell cares? Like,
yeah. And it's it's funny because I was talking to my brother, our official fact checker here on the show. We're just kind of bantering about things that they can do to help these people get time. Especially, there's a lot of names that we're seeing on main event that's like, okay, well, why aren't they on Raw or why aren't they on SmackDown? And kind of came to the idea of you can do cohesive stories across main event. We know that they're not available widely as far as a cable outlet is, but if they make me care about it, show some highlights of it, and say, hey, it's only on Hulu, you can catch it here, whatever. There's no reason that you can't have a main event feud culminate in a kickoff show match. I know they don't want to bloat the card, but realistically, I mean, one of WWE's biggest criticisms that I have with them right now is, as good as the video packages are for those main card matches, they're showing me the same one on Monday leading up to the show, Friday. They're going to play it at least twice during the kickoff, and then I'm going to see it again before they actually make their walk to the ring. Can't say that they couldn't use that time to, just do something to get people warmed up.
Yeah, and what we're kind of seeing in the Triple H regime is we're not seeing our main event stars wrestle every week. It's not happening. When was the last time, I mean, he's wrestling tonight, but when was the last time we saw Gunther wrestle on Raw?
It's been a while. I mean, at least probably since before King of the Ring, because he did kind of take that time off, and I guess
they're making him feel special.
Something. Yeah,
like, and that's I'm not mad at that. Same thing with Damian Priest. When was the last time he wrestled on Raw? Was that last week?
Good point, actually.
I don't remember.
It's a question for the fact checker.
It is, but like I like the fact that they're not just shoving everybody that's in the main event scene down our throat with matches all the time. Like, yes, they get segments, and that's fine because you need to keep them on there. But a Xavier Woods Karrion Kross match, I'm not gonna get mad at it. Like, same thing with Sheamus and Bronson Reed. I'm not mad at this. Like, why would I be mad at this? There's more storytelling that's going to happen, probably with Pete Dunne, and Bronson Reed's a beast. I want to see Bronson Reed wrestle. So, like, I'm not mad at any. Like, these are pointless feuds. They're TV feuds. That's kind of how we need to set this up, especially with pay-per-views going to the smaller cards. We need more TV feuds.
Yeah, but you also have to wonder, what is this trend going to look like, especially next year? Because I think that's when SummerSlam first goes to 2 nights, or is that 26?
I think it's 26.
Okay, so
it's not next year; it's the year after. Yes.
Yeah. So at that point, you're having WrestleMania and SummerSlam, 2 of the big 4 or big 5, depending on how you look at them, go to 2 nights. So that those are each going to be 5-6 matches apiece, which I think will open up some more opportunity to people. Once Raw hits Netflix, I mean, we'll wait to see how the actual production plays out. But 3 hours, essentially commercial free, that they're looking at, that those are additional time there for people. And there are other things that we're going to see in play that can impact people's ability to get on the card. But for right now, I'm totally fine with TV feuds. If they get people that screen time, they're on the flagship show.
Yep.
I'm good with it.
And then the last advertised thing we have looks like Otis and Tozawa taking on the Creed brothers, which,
I mean, they're coming off of wins at Bloodsport last night, and they won in convincing fashion too. So
I think I'm at the point with this one where I'm ready to fully get the Creeds on Gable's side. I think we're there. And hopefully this kind of just puts that cherry on the top and just separates Alpha Academy from Gable, and we can get the more serious Chad Gable with the Creed brothers and finally get that presentation going.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's another thing that I was thinking about last night as I was watching Bloodsport, because we had the Creeds, Charlie Dempsey, Shayna Baszler. I think those were the 4 that represent WWE/NXT on that card. WWE needs to start leaning into this stuff. I mean, if you're already giving your talent the permission to go work these shows, especially when you know that you're trying to get the Creeds over his heels. Showing what they did at Bloodsport last night's a damn good way of doing that, because I think that audiences are still trying to figure out, what this relationship looks like. And I know they kind of took it, that next step last week with the chair attack, but the Creeds started off white hot and then disappeared from television. So there are some people that, you're going to have to make care about the Creeds again. We've been ready for this breakout for ages. Basically, since they got called up, this is what we have been waiting for, you and I. But not everybody's had the same thought process that we've had.
Yeah, and I think we're learning patience in the Triple H era. Like, we're not, he's just not going to give us what we want immediately. So we talked about it earlier, or it might have been pre-show. You think they add any more to the SummerSlam card tonight? Or do you think we're locked in?
The only other thing, shout out to you for suggesting this, is the Chad Gable Uncle Howdy match. I mean, honestly, even if I don't get a full-blown one-on-one match against them, the Wyatt Six needs some time on the SummerSlam card. They've had, the QR codes and all the teases. Hell of a debut on Monday Night Raw. The follow-up so far has been great. Still want to see a little bit more about what they're doing with Nikki Cross. As far as kind of, there was no sit-down interview like there was with Bo Dallas and Eric Rowan, probably because she was not necessarily somebody that, at least on screen, was affiliated with Bray Wyatt in any way to where there is that grief to process. But, so I think that'll be intriguing to see is what do they do with Nikki Cross? What do they do with Huskus, Mercy the Buzzard? Because those are people that we still need to also kind of, figure out the why behind this inspiration. Kyle's got a suggestion here. If we do get Chad Gable and Uncle Howdy, Firefly Funhouse. They've already been taping the promos inside that set.
I think it would be a lot of fun being in an arena for a Firefly Funhouse match, sitting in my seat watching the screen. Probably not what I want to do. I mean, just being there from a live aspect. Yeah. So I don't want that to happen. I would rather be in the ring, but I think it would still be cool. But that's just me being selfish because I'm going to be there.
No, that's fair. We absolutely will be there for SummerSlam weekend. If you see the Wrestling Junkies logo, if you see us wearing our shirts, come say hi, take the picture, make those moments. What?
You will see the Junkies logo. Trust me. I have the podcast mom is going to be draped in Junkies logos.
Can confirm. I think we're loaded up on merch. Ready to have a good time. We're going to check out AIW, 2 shows. We're going to see GCW in person for the first time. Can't wait for that. Really can't wait for that. Hang out with the main event crew for the first time in person ever, and can't wait, man.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Let's see. I will not be on the show tomorrow. Apologize there.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I will be down in Louisville visiting some family because, again, I took the entire week of SummerSlam off because I'm excited. And then Wednesday we'll be coming back with a doubleheader, I think 6:30 and 8:30, correct?
That is correct. Tomorrow I will be joined by the voice of Absolute Intense Wrestling, Dustin Alberti, as well as Sebastian Wolf. Wednesday, doubleheader, 6:30, we've got the new CEW Tag Team Champions, Chip Schuyler and Simon Sermon, joining the show. More questions than answers. I am concerned. And then at 8:30, Summit Wrestling standout Chris Andino will be joining the show. We'll also be splitting our SummerSlam coverage across both of those shows, so make sure that you tune in for that doubleheader. Cannot wait for you guys to check that out. But that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, hit that QR code in the top left corner. Like, share, subscribe, turn those notifications on if you're feeling froggy. And if you know one person, please do us a huge favor and share our podcast with them. Send a link. It costs $0.00 to like, share, subscribe. So support the Wrestling Junkies any way that you can. If you need WWE merch, we got you. Use our WWE shop affiliate link. And also do us a favor and support the Wrestling Junkies merch store. Anything else, Podcast Dad?
Nope. I hear some children outside my door. So
I also heard that too.
That bell's ringing.
That's the go home sign, everybody. For the Podcast Dad, I'm Mr. Cincinnati.
Wow, with third person on us. Good for you. Good for you. It only took you 206 episodes.
We're only on 202.
I don't know.
Stop doing math, all right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, that's going to do it for us. I will be back tomorrow night. Podcast Dad will be back for our doubleheader on Wednesday. Thank you guys so much. It's been the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. See you tomorrow.